On June 10, 2015, firefighters arrived at a posh Kolkata residence for a routine smoke complaint. When they broke into the home, they found the owner, Partho Dey, burned to death in a bathroom locked from the inside. His son, Partho, was wandering the halls, gaunt and highly erratic. The house itself was unsettling. The windows were heavily blocked to keep out the sun. Soft chanting played from speakers in every room, and a severe, foul stench hung in the air. Investigators moving deeper into the dark house soon found evidence of a much longer, quieter tragedy, one that had been unfolding for months. Inside a pristine, locked bedroom with freshly made sheets, officers discovered the 6-month-old skeleton of Partho's sister, Debyani. Nearby lay a sack containing the bones of the family's 2 dogs. The press descended almost instantly. News anchors branded the residence the Kolkata House of Horror, running with sensational headlines that painted Partho as a deranged, necrophiliac killer living with corpses. Police soon realized the headlines were wrong. The evidence pointed away from a crime and toward a family that had simply stopped functioning. Understanding how those skeletons ended up in that bedroom requires tracing the total collapse of a human mind. The dysfunction began decades earlier. In 1989, the Days were a wealthy, highly educated family, but the mother strictly forbade her children from socializing or making friends outside the house. When she died of cancer in 2007, the family's structure crumbled. Partho quit his lucrative IT career. Debyani left her job as a music teacher, and they sealed themselves indoors. They severed all outside contact, collecting daily meals through a tiny crack in the door from security guards. Inside, the family stopped speaking aloud, relying entirely on thousands of handwritten notes scattered across the house to communicate. Years of this extreme physical withdrawal eroded their psychological anchors, slowly dismantling their ability to perceive reality. The final break happened in August 2014, when the family's 2 beloved Labradors suddenly died. The loss shattered Debyani's fragile psyche. She turned to extreme spirituality, playing audio sermons by evangelists like Joyce Meyer on a relentless loop to cleanse the home of perceived negative spirits. Believing she needed to purify the environment further, Debyani initiated a strict, waterless fast. By December 24, 2014, the severe starvation triggered a fatal heart attack. Debyani fell victim to a compounding, untreated cycle of grief and isolation that no one on the outside could see. Forensic testing and DNA analysis officially cleared Partho of any foul play, confirming his sister died of natural causes. But Partho was psychologically incapable of processing the loss. Debyani was his sister and his only friend in the world. He simply couldn't bring himself to bury or cremate her body. His fractured mind adapted to the trauma by treating her corpse as a living roommate, bringing her fresh meals to her bedside every single day for 6 months. Partho's actions represented the desperate logic of a mind disconnected from reality, trying to survive the weight of a loss he couldn't name. Authorities admitted Partho to Pavlov Hospital, where doctors quickly diagnosed him with severe yet highly treatable mental illness. With proper medical care, he stabilized. He gained weight, his physical health improved, and he eventually moved into a new apartment in the Watganj area. He made earnest attempts to reintegrate into society. He even started singing for his new neighbors, trying to build the normal human connections he had been denied his whole life. With professional medical support, the man the media called a monster showed he was actually a patient capable of returning to the world. The damage of his past trauma and the public's relentless vilification became too heavy to carry. In February 2017, Partho committed suicide in his new apartment, mirroring his father's death by setting himself on fire in the bathroom. He left behind a final memoir, offering one desperate parting plea to the public: "I am no killer." Partho Dey died in the same isolation that had defined his life. The sensational headlines remained, but the help he needed never arrived, leaving a man struggling with trauma to face the world entirely alone.